Hi, welcome to Nonnashere. I'm Nonna. If you've been here before, welcome back. If this is your first time here, welcome. I hope you'll consider hitting that subscribe button, and if you like my video, I hope you'll give me a thumbs up. I always appreciate it if you give me a like, a comment, and a share. Today I'm very excited because I am joining Yanni and Diane from Deco and their co-host Kiki from Kiki DIY for Sticky Tuesday. I will link both Yanni and Diane's channel link down below for their channel Deco and Kiki from Kiki DIY's channel down below. I'll also link the playlist of all the other crafters who are participating in Sticky Tuesday. I encourage you to watch the playlist and see what the other crafters are doing too. I really appreciate Yanni and Diane and Kiki for allowing me to participate in Sticky Tuesday. But enough chatting, let's get over to crafting. So I will get on my crafting gown, get over to my crafting table, and let's get started. DIY number 1. All right, so here we are at my crafting table, and this is what I'm going to use for the first craft. This is a canvas that I got at Dollar Tree. It's just one of those stretch canvases that is on a frame, and I am gonna paint it with my Waverly chalk paint and plaster. The reason why I'm gonna paint it is I just did a craft and I covered something and it kind of shined through the darkness. So I don't want that to happen with this craft. So I am gonna paint the canvas all the way around with the plaster paint. What I'm gonna cover it with is this beautiful paper from Hobby Lobby that I got ages ago. Now I know I'm gonna run short right up this corner here, but that's okay. I'm gonna show you a trick when that happens. I have 3 butterflies here that I'm gonna put on the paper, on the canvas, the paper after I cover it. These 2 I had put on my spring swag, but it's time to take the swag down, so I just took these off the swag, put the swag away. I'll get it out next spring again and freshen it up with something else, but I like to reuse what I can because I'm a budget crafter. So these 2 came off of my spring swag, and this one I just got at Dollar Tree a couple weeks ago. It came in a pack of 4, and so I'm gonna use this one with those 2 butterflies. I have 4 tumbling blocks that I'm gonna put in the back in case I want to, or whoever I give this to, wants to set it up rather than hang it. The canvas does have a hanger in the back, which I'm gonna leave on in case the person wants to hang it. But I'm gonna put two sets of 2 tumbling blocks in the back that if they wanna set it up, they can, and it will have some stability. I'm not gonna paint the tumbling blocks. I'm just gonna leave them plain. Okay, I also have this piece, this what I call a pipe cleaner, and I'm going to paint it in this Home Decor Chalk Sage Blossom paint. And then I have the wood glue so that I can use on the tumbling blocks. I don't like using hot glue on wood because it kind of, whenever you put the hot glue in there, it kind of like pushes them apart and there's like a barrier in there, and I don't like that. I like the way the wood glue does better. It allows them to meet together more securely and tightly. So I'm going to use the wood glue to put my tumbling blocks together. I'm gonna use this multi-purpose spray glue to put the paper on the canvas, I think. I might use the school glue to help hold it down in the corners. I know most people would use Mod Podge, but Mod Podge and I do not play together nicely when I try to use it as a glue. So I've tried it, I get bubbles. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I am sure it's more the operator than it is the product. But I am going to use the Mod Podge after I get the paper attached to the canvas to seal it in. So that is the plan. So I'm going to get started. I use my old cookie sheets covered with parchment paper to work on my projects so that I can move my projects around while they are drying and I won't mess them up. So that's the plan, and I'm going to get started. My canvas is dry and I'm ready to put my paper down. So I know this is the top because the hanger's under there. I know this edge is perfectly straight because it was the edge of the paper. And I know this edge is perfectly straight because it was the edge of the paper. So I'm going to start up here as the top and start gluing my paper down this way. I know down here there's a teeny little piece where I'm short. I knew that was going to happen, but I'll show you what I'm going to do. So I'm going to start with my multi-purpose spray glue, which I got at Dollar Tree.
Okay.
It's on. I do have a little extra here I'm going to trim off. A little extra around. It must have stretched a little bit because that area that I thought I was going to have to fill in isn't even enough to worry about. So it didn't wrinkle, it didn't bubble. That's why I like that spray glue. It's on. I'm going to let it dry for a few seconds, and then I'm going to go around with my small scissors and trim it. I was going to show you the secret trick if you do have a gap. Now there is like I don't know whether you can even see it, a teeny little gap there. So let's say I wanted to fix that, which I wouldn't do because it's so small nobody would see it. You take a scrap of, this works if you have a pattern. Normally I would not even try and match the pattern, but on this it's kind of pink and white and I can match the pattern. So see here where I have some pink and white. So I would take my glue stick and just put a little glue on that section where there's pink and white. Now like I say, normally I wouldn't even try and match it. I would just take a piece of a scrap and I would put it in there, put it on there, just a scrap, put some school glue on it and paste it down where the gap is. And I've done this 100 times, I'm telling you, because inevitably, whenever I do this, I have a gap somewhere. And I'm telling you, when you do that, no one will ever see. And really, don't even try and match it. I did this one because I had white and pink. But if you're working with a pattern, don't even worry about it. Just take a scrap and use your glue stick and put on a piece and nobody will ever see it. Okay, so now it's time for me to start decorating my canvas. I have the butterflies. I have my pipe cleaner that I painted. It's finally dry. And I have these letters that I got at Dollar Tree 100 years ago. And they're foam stickers, and they come in, when I first got them, excuse me, they were sealed. So I thought I was getting a whole pack of yellow and a whole pack of green, but better yet, when I got home, they were different colors, yellow, pink, orange, and green. Each package had those. Well, I was gonna use all pink to say hello summer, but the pink kind of fades in. So I'm gonna coordinate it with the yellow stickers and say hello summer after I get the butterflies on. And the deal with this is I'm gonna try and make the butterflies look like, see, I put them on, they were all on leaves on the spring swag, and I put this one on a leaf. So I'm gonna try and make the butterflies look like, give the illusion that they're all on the same branch. So we'll see how that goes. All right, I've placed my butterflies on my picture the way I want them to be so that I can get my words hello summer on. So now I'm hot gluing my butterflies, which are glued to my leaves, on the picture in order to have enough space to put my hello summer on. Then I'll take my green pipe cleaner and glue it on to give the illusion that the butterflies are all sitting on the same branch. Then I'll take my pink and yellow foam letters. They're self-sticking, but I will go over them with Mod Podge just like I did with the paper, making sure that everything's sealed down nicely. I like to put my letters on in kind of a curvy way. First of all, I'm not very good in getting them in a straight line. Second of all, I think when the letters are on in a curvy way, it's appealing to the eye. And third of all, I can get more letters on when I curve them than when I try and do things in a straight line. So I'm almost finished with this. Be sure and stay tuned for the final reveal. So it is finished. Here it is. I think it came out quite pretty. I like it. I decided not to put the tumbling blocks on the back in case whoever gets it wants to hang it up. That would make it stand too far out from the wall. So will include in the gift this little picture holder, and it can sit like that. And I think it came out quite cute. The only thing I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna take some Mod Podge and go over the letters to make sure they're sealed on, and then it will be all finished, and I'm gonna let that dry overnight. So I think it came out lovely. I'm very happy with it. What do you all think? DIY number 2. All right, for this DIY, I have a bamboo wreath from Dollar Tree. I always call these grapevine wreaths, but Dollar Tree calls these bamboo wreaths, and they say it is 12 inches, okay? And I have some floral moss from Dollar Tree, and I know it makes a mess, but I love it, and I'm gonna probably use it as filler. I have some eucalyptus garland that I got at Walmart. I have some Gorilla wood glue, hairspray, any kind of hairspray will do, that I spray on the floral moss when I'm done because it keeps it from shedding. I have my heavy duty glue gun, and I have some twine that is in my drink cup from the winter from Dollar Tree. Keeps it from getting all tangled up and driving me crazy and going all over the place. And then I have this bag that I got at the thrift store for 50 cents. And it has all kinds of wonderful things in it that I got because I thought it looked interesting. And when I bought it, I didn't know what I was going to use it for. And I'm kind of out of my comfort zone doing this because this is more organic and farmhouse. But here's one thing that was in it. And there's like these pods that are in it, and some dried up things that are in it, and some nuts, dried nuts that are in it, that is in it, and some like dried moss or bark off of trees, and some nutshells, and some hairy stuff. This beautiful flower that they had sitting so that you could see it through the bag, and just a lot of interesting things like that. So I thought it would be interesting to use some of these things and put it on this bamboo wreath to make a organic wreath. I don't know, farmhouse, which isn't really my thing, but I thought it would be fun to try. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm just gonna get started and see what happens. So like I told you, this is really out of my comfort zone, and I really didn't know where or how to start. But I decided just to dig in and go through my bag of goodies and start hot gluing things on. So that's what I did. And I would just pick up something and hot glue it on. And then I would pick up something else and hot glue it on. And I would just turn the wreath around and find something else to put on the wreath. And eventually I started having so much fun that I forgot to turn the video back on. And I just kept going. And I kept looking for blank spots where I could put something else on. And I kept trying to layer a little bit and find another blank spot. And it took a lot of hot glue, and it took a little bit of patience because I was gluing things like that big walnut there onto a bamboo wreath. But it was really a lot of fun, and I really enjoyed doing it. I did not use any floral moss, and I found a big beautiful flower, which you'll see in a minute. And I decided not to put any bow on it. I didn't want anything other than this organic stuff. And I did put a piece of twine. I hot glued a piece of twine in the back in order to hang it up. And I just had a ball doing this. And I'm going to have to look for things to do more crafts like this. I just had a good time. I just kept working at it, and in just a few minutes you'll see the final product. It was fun. And so if you're a crafter and you have certain things, we all do, that we like to do, and you don't really push yourself to go outside your comfort zone, I encourage you to do so. You may find something that you enjoy doing that you never thought you would, and this is not anything that I would have signed up for, but it was fun. So motivate yourself to do something a little different, and you might find out that you do enjoy it and that you like the end product. So stay tuned for the final product, and then the final reveal at the very end, where you'll see both of my DIYs. And once again, I want to thank Yanni and Diane and Kiki for allowing me to join in with them for Sticky Tuesday. It was a fun, sticky day. Well, I'm almost done. I still have a few more things that I want to glue on. I've decided not to use the floral moss because I think I filled it in pretty well, just the way I have it. I have layered things on top of each other and really used a lot from that bag. And so I just think I'm gonna quit with how it is now. I just glued on a pod, so I don't want it to fall off. But here it is. What I'm trying to decide now is, should I have the big flower here, this big flower, at the top of the wreath, or should I make it at, I got these strings hanging down here. Should I make it at the bottom of the wreath? There, that would be at the bottom, and this would be at the top of the wreath. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but stay tuned for the final reveal and see what I decide. This has been a fun DIY, something very different than I've ever done before with the wreath. I've enjoyed doing it. It has been fun putting it together. So stay tuned for the final reveal of this and the other DIY that I did, Hello Summer. So here is my Hello Summer with the 3 butterflies. And here is my organic wreath made with my bag of goodies from the thrift store. And as you can see, I decided to put the big flower at the top of the wreath because I did not want to use a bow. I wanted to keep it strictly organic. I layered it and I filled in the entire bamboo wreath. I really had hardly anything left from that big bag. I think it came out quite lovely. I'm very pleased with it. Tell me in the comments below what you all think.